Top laner, welcome to the interview lounge.
Thank you very much.
So let's start with the champion select of that last game because CLG locked in Shen first, and they're a team known for split pushing. So what does that do for you as the top laner?
We knew that CLG valued Shen a lot. It's also a pick that we've had a lot of success with, and we've also seen a lot of bans towards us. So we knew that was probably a plausible first pick for them. We respected the ability to split push, but we also just felt like if we just pick a champion that can cancel us all, apply pressure on the Shen, and make good plays elsewhere on the map, then we could come out ahead. And I guess that's pretty much what we did.
So your last pick, Zach, was basically tailored to fight Shen.
More or less. It was also a good pick for our team comp. But yeah, Zach can deal with Shen pretty well.
So did you guys look proactively for that 2 versus 2 situation in bottom and 1 versus 1 up top?
I mean, I definitely did, but for our team, it didn't really matter, to be honest. Zach and Shen both can deal with 2v1s quite well, and it was actually better for Vayne to get in the 2v1 scenario, because Vayne, if she makes it past her rough early game, then she gets the ability to free farm and hit her sweet spot mid to late, and she just takes over. But by applying the 2v2 bot lane, Twitch was able to do a little number on her. We put a lot of pressure on that lane, and we were able to come out ahead in the end, so it worked out well.
Do you think that picking Zach against Vayne, like what went into the health-based champion versus true damage?
Well, Vayne's definitely a really good pick. Like, just if you single out that scenario, Vayne versus Zach, because she can kite back very easily with tumble. She can condemn you mid Goomba jump and knock you back. But for the most part, it worked well with the team. It's not like I had to be focusing the Vayne. If you look at most of the team fights, I actually re-engaged onto their tank line after they dove us. So it's not really a problem in most scenarios.
Yeah, so you did a really good job doing 2 things that you mentioned. First, you interrupted the first Shen stand united that allowed your team to capitalize and take that dragon fight early. And then you also were able to draw so much pressure on him that you drew Nocturne up top, and your team later took the dragon.
Yeah.
So you ended up having more global pressure than Shen, in fact. So was that the plan just from the beginning?
Not necessarily. I mean, I think I went out on a few trades that definitely went in my favor, and like it got to the point where I would have kill potential on Shen, and Nocturne had to come hold the lane. Otherwise, I'd just dive him and take the turret. And when I recognized that, I was like, all right, we can take the free dragon on the second dragon, because Nocturne was there for like a good minute and a half or something, and they both had to recall at the same time. So that got us dragon. We were able to keep pressuring across the map, and that just extended our lead by a healthy amount.
All right. So late game against CLG, what do you guys do specifically for that team that's so well known for split pushing?
I mean, I don't really know, to be honest. Like, that game was very flawless, I think, on our part, because like all the lanes held their own. We got a huge advantage off the first dragon fight, and after that, like, it's one thing to split push when you're ahead, but when you're behind, it's much harder, because when you're ahead and all your lanes are applying pressure, then when you split push, it becomes basically this like immovable object. Like, well, we have to send someone to deal with him, but we also have to have everyone dealing with their team who's ahead of us. But when we're ahead, like, basically split pushing sort of becomes like a non-factor. Like, they actually got a bot turret off of Vayne and Nocturne splitting bot, but we were just like, all right, just force mid, try to make a play. Like, we're just gonna ignore that for now, and it worked out well.
So you guys seem to have CLG pretty well down now. This is the second time in a row that you've beat them. Have you started looking towards playoffs and towards international teams yet?
I mean, we definitely watch. Like, we're very excited for playoffs. We think we have a good shot going in. Like, we had a rocky start, but we're right now in the middle of the pack in the LCS, and we think we can do quite well. We've been watching like the Korean scene, OGN. We've been trying to study from analyze their gameplay, and just draw some little things here and there. So I think we're definitely looking towards the international scene come playoffs. I really hope we qualify for Worlds and do well.
Have you guys integrated any EU things, having Edward on the team now?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. We draw input from anywhere we can. Edward gives a lot of valuable insight, and we try to make use of that whenever possible. So
at what point do you actually start specifically planning to play the international teams, and do you stop looking so much at North American ones?
I think once we qualify, if we qualify for Worlds and we see who we're actually playing, then we'll look like, okay, we're playing XX and X, this is what they play. Just basically as if we're playing any other team, but that's way far in the future. There's like literally no reason to worry about that right now.
All right, well, congratulations on your win today. Thank you, VoyBoy. We've got plenty of more games for you. Next is going to be TSM versus Vulcan. We're going to send it back over to Jat and